Hi and welcome back. So, let's continue where we left off. The epoxy clay has now dried and I'm using a razor blade to clean it up. I want the transition between the neck and the body to be a perfect blend. I don't want anyone to see where the neck ends and the body begins. So I'm just making sure to blend everything perfectly. And I'm just using a razor blade to clean everything up. I decided to remove the inlays on the guitar neck. I do this really easy because they're very loosely fitted to the guitar. I just put my razor blade in by the edge and I pop them out. And as you can see, they come out really easily. I don't really know why they were made to sit in this guitar so easily, but yeah, as you can see, they really pop out easily. Especially this next one, you'll see it basically falls out of the guitar. And after I took all of the inlays out, they all came out really easy. I decided to put some guitar fret oil on because I wanted to clean everything up, and I also wanted to put some oil back into the very dry fretboard. It's not something you have to do at this stage, but I just don't want anything to crack or, get ruined by the moisture or lack of moisture while I'm working on it. And then we're off to sanding, which is every guitar builder's favorite part. I'm using my random orbital sander here, which I really recommend you get one of those if you don't have one, because sanding a guitar by hand is not a fun thing to do. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I'm gonna paint it later, and I really want something for the paint to stick to. So I need an even and nice surface, and I also remove all the scratches. So here I'm going up to 400 grit sandpaper with my random orbital sander, and I just go through the different grits and I remove not all of the old lacquer, but pretty much basically a big part of it, because I can use it as a wood grain filler, and also you don't have to remove all the lacquer, you just have to make sure you have an even surface to spray paint on later when you go to do that. And then, once I'm done with the machine, I'm doing a 1200 grit by hand. And it's just to remove the very fine scratches left by the machine. It's just to make sure that once I paint the guitar, everything will look perfect. Because even if you don't see the scratches now, you'll see them later when the paint is on. Unfortunately, by that time it will be too late. So always sand more than you think you have to. And here you can see I'm going back and forth, and I'm changing out the paper for a new piece of paper, and I'm just taking my time really doing this. When you think you're finished, you're halfway there basically. It's a rule of thumb to stand by, I suppose. So just keep at it. Now, when I'm spray painting this guitar, which is what I'm gonna do, I don't want any of it getting on the fingerboard, and I also don't want anything on the binding. Since I've decided to use nice wood for the binding, I don't want it ruined. So I'm covering everything up with masking tape just to protect it, because it's paint. Spray paint is very hard to get away or get off the guitar once it's on. And now I'm starting painting the guitar. I decided to use a very light blue metallic paint, and I'm using spray cans. It's not the best thing for painting a guitar, but if you're a small shop or you're an independent guitar builder, it's very cost effective. So I'm putting down this light blue metallic first, because I'm doing a special fade, or a burst you could call it, but I'm doing it in a gradient from the back of the guitar to the top of the guitar basically. So I'm first putting down a light blue, and after I'm done with the light blue, I'm putting down a darker blue basically, just so I can create a fade between the two kinds of blue. And then once I'm done with the fade between the different kinds of blue, you see here that I'm putting down the darker blue, I'll also put down some red, just so I can fade in between the different colors and make a perfect, or get the look I want basically. And I'm moving the guitar around. Sometimes it's out of the angle out of camera shot basically, but I'm just moving it around, and I'm trying to get color everywhere when I want it, and just make sure it gets really even, and also that I get a nice blend between the light blue and the dark blue. I want a fade burst kind of look, and here you can see, you can almost not see where the one color begins and the other one ends. And then I'm putting down a metallic red. I wanted a lighter metallic red as well, but the store I went to only had one kind of metallic red, so you're gonna see me go back and forth between the red and the dark blue once I've put down an even coat of the red. I'm working on the fade, and I'm trying to really like move it back and forth, and I'm trying to spray from a further distance just to get some overspray and just get a nice edge basically, where you don't really feel like it's something that has been well, basically nothing that's been homemade, I suppose, is the end goal. I think you know what I mean. It's hard to explain, but I'm trying to create a fade. So here I'm putting down some more blue, and you can see where I'm spraying a little bit too much, and I'm going down with the red again. I'm moving back and forth between the different colors, just trying to create a nice end to where one color begins and the other one starts basically. And once I'm done with the colors, I'll put down several coats of clear lacquer, and it's basically just because if you get a scratch or something like that, you want the paint to be protected. You don't want any of the scratches you want them to stick in the clear coat, basically. Which most of them will if they're light scratches. Of course, real dings will probably go through all of it. And if you drop the guitar or something like that, it might become even more damage, but then you have bigger issues. So I'm going back and forth between the different shades of blue and red, and I'm trying to just create something that looks like it's perfect, basically. Well, that's that for this video, I suppose. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and have a nice week. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye bye.